As of 1984, Walt Disney World featured the Magic Kingdom and Epcot, 3 hotels, a campground called Fort Wilderness, a nature preserve called Discovery Island, lakes, tennis courts, golf courses. Pretty impressive, right? Then the next big thing happened. Michael Eisner and his team arrived at Disney and revitalized the company that Walt built with a kid in a toy store energy and a non-stop flurry of new ideas. Eisner hired some of the world's top designers to take the resort architecture to new heights. Every addition became another element in the story, another setting for new adventures. All the new construction has a real sense of fun about it. You can see that in a place like Typhoon Lagoon. According to the Disney storytellers, a typhoon, an earthquake, and a tidal wave converged to create Mount Mayday, which is topped by the stranded shrimp boat, the Miss Tilly. The theme permeates the design. Signs are roped together, lamp posts rusted, and the 56-acre park is flooded with the after effects of a huge storm. There's nothing halfway about it. It sells the story of Mount Mayday and Miss Tilly like an actor sells his scene to the audience.
Discovery Island, a natural preserve open to guests, is home to more than 500 creatures, many of whom are endangered or injured.
A good example of environmental design at Walt Disney World is in the use of water. It's the lifeblood of the park, and while there's plenty of it available in Florida, a lot of designing and planning goes into its use. The Imagineers work within the environment rather than pushing it out of the way or depleting natural resources. Walt Disney World recycles 5 million gallons of water every day. They use it for transportation as well as irrigation. Discovery Island is a refuge for rare and endangered species of wildlife, a refuge framed and protected by 185 acres of water. When it rains 3 inches on one end of Walt Disney World and none the other, a computerized flood system equalizes the water level throughout the park. Disney employs a full-time staff of marine biologists who make sure all the lakes on the Disney property maintain a biological balance. For rides such as the Pirates of the Caribbean or the Land exhibit, which transport guests on waterways, the biologists design refrigeration programs which inhibit the growth of organisms and minimize the need to use chemicals in the water. Water is also an important design element in Walt Disney World. Whether it's the moat around Cinderella Castle, leapfrog fountains, or a flash flood in Catastrophe Canyon, water helps bring the story to life. Welcome to Pleasure Island, an exotic playground especially designed for kids 18 years and older, right smack in the middle of Walt Disney World. The Disney storytellers have come up with another great tale for this place. According to their story, Pleasure Island was a port settled in the early 1900s by that legendary explorer and entrepreneur, Meriwether Adam Leisure. The industry of this little town was refurbishing yachts for the rich and famous. Along this boardwalk were all sorts of shops dedicated to the pleasure principle of lavish and unique yacht ornamentation. Then, in the 1950s, Pleasure's bustling harbor community was wiped out by Hurricane Connie. A few years ago, those intrepid Disney Imagineers uncovered this hidden treasure and restored it to its original splendor. Here on Pleasure Island, you can rock farther around the clock than anywhere else in Walt Disney World. 3, 2, 1. Every night at Pleasure Island is one big party! And every day, here at Disney MGM Studios, everybody gets a chance to be a star. This is a working soundstage, see? Up there are all the people going through on a tour. I'm watching them, watching me, making this TV show. Pretty neat, huh? The Disney MGM Studios theme park opened in May of 1989. It's a film and television studio with a back lot, a New York street set, camera, props, and wardrobe departments, and huge sound stages where shows like the Mickey Mouse Club are shot. This is where you can see tomorrow's movies while they're in production. And it's also a theme park, steeped in the mythology of the silver screen. The first thing that hits me is how many of these buildings look familiar, like the places we're all used to seeing around Hollywood that were built in the 30s and 40s, what everybody refers to as Hollywood's golden age. There's the Brown Derby, and over there, the old Pan-Pacific Theater. Here at Disney MGM, the castle at the end of Main Street is the Chinese Theater at the end of Hollywood Boulevard. When Disney and the Imagineers created the Magic Kingdom, they transformed Disney films into three-dimensional reality. The characters and settings of Disney's most beloved stories came to life in surprising and sometimes inspiring ways. The Disney MGM Studios takes that concept one step farther. Here, you're not just watching the action. Here, you get to be a part of it.
People aren't aware of just the danger involved.
Do like this. Oh, Jungle Boy, I searched the planet, okay?
Oh, Jungle Boy, I've searched the planet and found you in the metropolis.
Who was in this cab last week? Who? Errol Flynn was in this cab last week.
I don't know.
Oh, you sat right in the back seat. You're gonna break the lens with sound reinforcement.
Oh my goodness, it's like I'll look at this all day. Yeah.
Even eating here at Disney MGM is a themed experience. If you want to step inside the golden era of Hollywood, just book a booth at the Brown Derby. Inside, you're surrounded by Art Deco, potted palms, and caricatures of old-time stars. You can even order a Cobb salad, the meal that originated at the Brown Derby 60 years ago. Of course, my heyday was a little more recent than that.
Hey, you better go grab a table, Daddy-O.
Neato torpedo head cat.
See you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.
Hey, you're cool, man, cool.
Welcome back to the 1950s at the 50s Primetime Cafe. Burgers, fries, and a chocolate shake. That's my scene, Dad. Just look at this place. The attention to detail is unbelievable. I know this era. I was there. And let me tell you, everything about this place is perfect. From the attitude of the waiters to the plastic mustard and ketchup bottles, the salt and pepper shakers, the Formica tables, they've nailed it. You're right back in the golden age of television.
Elbows off that table, young man.
Gee, sorry, Mom.
Oh, you're so cute.
Gosh, I love this place. Hey, I know that little guy. I've spent a lot of time in and around the movies, and I've worked with some very talented people. But inside this attraction, you will find, pound for pound and pencil for pencil, the most talented collection of artists in the film business, Disney animators, which transform monstrous paper into the illusion of light, amazing performances I've ever seen.
Just hold still.
That hurts!
If you'd hold still, it wouldn't hurt as much.
Well, if you hadn't have run away, this wouldn't have happened.
If you hadn't frightened me, I wouldn't have run away.
Beauty and the Beast is the 30th full-length animated feature film created by the Walt Disney Studios.